Well, hello everybody. This is Rod with Pilgrim's Journey. And, a lot of times, what we talk about every week is I'll talk about kind of a Christian perspective from different things. But this week I want to talk about living on board a boat, kind of breaking free from consumerism and the things that we kind of end up chasing. So I've been living on board a boat about 11 months now or so. We're coming close to December, and almost a year. But a lot of things I've learned is that, we are so lured into this buying kind of culture. Everything we do is about attaining, the houses, the cars, the motorcycles, the four-wheelers. We kind of shop for entertainment. Christian is all about, just going on these great shopping sprees. And, the funny thing about living on a boat is you really can't afford to buy anything because where are you going to put it on the boat? So it really starts breaking you of these buying habits, which is something I really needed. A lot of people, I think they want the lifestyle of living on a boat, but they realize that you got to sell all this stuff, and a lot of people really find themselves hard pressed to break away from that. The one thing I'm finding is life is a lot more relaxing. It's really about people. I've always said in my life that life is about people, it's not about things. Living on a boat really brings that to bear. The nice thing about even living at a marina on a boat is that it's very sociable. We have dock parties a couple times a week. Different people, we get out and help each other with boats. I'm getting ready. I really want to make the switch from a power yacht over to a sailboat so that I can really travel anywhere in the world, and it really doesn't cost me anything. I'm starting to get the old man of the sea look so I can fit the sailboat environment. So, but I just want to talk about making the switch to a liveaboard from living at a house. We were talking this morning about, for most people, it takes two couples working to pay for the house, the insurance. A lot of times you get at the end of your career and you find out that the 401ks aren't there. Some hedge fund manager ran off with the money. Your business closes. The retirement package isn't there. But the CEO of the company gets his, $1 million or multi-million dollar parachute bailout. So most of us don't get that. I'm a retired Air Force officer. I live off my retirement mostly. And, life just starts getting a lot more simple. And, it's a lot more relaxing. I get out and I get to know people. We all know each other's names. All the dogs on the dock run over and they run onto other people's boats and they say hi to each other, and it really is enjoyable. I've got a couples down the dock here from me. 3 of them are getting ready to sail to the Bahamas in January 1st. So, it's a really different life. And, and I want to talk about it from a Christian perspective. God tells us not to be caught up in chasing riches, that it's impossible for the rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. We really don't want to look at those scriptures. Most of the people in church today are trying to live for wealth and thinking it's going to buy this lifestyle that you want, and you end up just chasing these dreams and never really serve Christ because you're too busy serving yourself. I know there's people that I wish was here on the boat with me. I wish they could have made the break away from living a life for things. I really miss somebody that I really love and really wanted to be here, but they chose a different path. They wanted something else, and they wanted someone other than me. But so nowadays it's just me and my little first mate Tuck. So, but it's funny, I was living in a, 2,500 square foot mountain house, with the motorcycles and everything. And I had to kind of make this move. Some of the move was forced through a divorce, but you know what? It's probably the best thing that ever happened to me, because I had to start looking at other options. And, when I started looking at getting onto a boat, it was really appealing to me for the freedom. I don't know if it's the rebellion in me or there's something about, kind of running away from everything and sailing around the world. I didn't think I'd want to have a sailboat, but it's I've lived on a power yacht now for almost a year, and there's huge advantages to a power yacht. You've got a lot more space. I've got 2 bedrooms, 2 baths, nice sized gallery, big living room, a lot of windows, where a sailboat or a catamaran gives you a very different feel than that. But also, my boat's diesel, and so you'd have to spend the money to go to the Bahamas. However many, I use about 8 to 10 gallons an hour, so it's a lot of fuel to go to the Bahamas. Most of the sailboat guys I talk to, if they're under power using their little diesel on board, they're running about 1 gallon an hour. But most of the time they're under sail, so it's a big difference on being able to go places. So I think I really want to make the switch to a sailboat or a catamaran after this. So, but I really want you to consider that making the move to a boat, is it for everybody? Probably not. Should it be? Yeah, I think so. I love the people I meet every day. I love the environment of the people walking around saying hi. I love sailing to different places during the day. Getting a tan. You realize, I think in life, I'm realizing I've got a car. I'm thinking about selling my car because I really don't need it. I've got everything here. I'm finding out that when I downsize from my big house and with all the stuff, I thought I downsized pretty good. Well, once you get on a boat, I've got all this stuff stuffed up in the front cabin that I realize I just need to go through. I haven't seen it in a year. I really don't need it. You need a few pairs of swim trunks and a few shirts, a couple nice shirts, maybe a blue blazer and khakis. I think, it's the sailors, formal uniform. Really, other than that, you just don't need anything. So, this is a good life. I wish I would have done this maybe 20 years ago when I was younger, and I could have sailed around the world with somebody that I really loved and really learned to break away much earlier. I'll be 60 this coming birthday, and I wish I'd have made the switch earlier. And everybody I talked to that's living on boats said they wish they'd have done it years earlier. So if you're considering living on a boat, really consider go ahead and making the leap. Sell the house, sell the stuff, get out of the corporate rat race. And there's a lot of people here, we just enjoy the lifestyle. So I encourage you to make the jump. But maybe we'll talk here in the next few videos on choosing boats and I can talk from a kind of a rookie perspective. I wasn't a boater my whole life, so different types of boats and why to choose them versus one or the other. So but break free from what the world is saying you have to have, because you find out you really don't need it. I would rather have someone that loves me and sail around the world than have all of the stuff, or to be as wealthy as Donald Trump. I could care less about that. So just, I encourage you, make the jump. Let's go sailing together, and we'll see you on the sea. So this is Rod with Pilgrim's Journey. See you on the ocean. Bye.